Questions? Does anybody have any questions? Hopefully you tried some of the navigation stuff, right? Ava?
Can you do the last one on worksheet 7?
The last one on the worksheet 7. I hope so. Let's see. All right. Shh. You guys just got back. Sip it. All right. Captain Jack Sparrow is planning on leaving the island of Tortuga and sailing to a secret island at a bearing of 114 degrees. Before he leaves, he checks the conditions and observes that there is a 9-knot wind at a bearing of 51 degrees and an ocean current of 13 knots at a bearing of 281 degrees. If the Black Pearl has a maximum speed of 22 knots, what bearing should Jack take to get to the secret island? Okay. So the way I interpret this is I read as 3 forces. So we have the force for the ship, force for the wind, the force for the current, and then we have whatever that final force needs to be, right? Okay. Let's see, the wind, the speed is 9 knots, and the direction is 51 degrees. The current, the speed is 13. And the direction there is 281. And then let's read this again. Okay. So the final bearing that we need is 114. And we're looking for the direction the ship needs to be going. Is this still okay? I'm just trying to decide where that, making sure I read this carefully and make sure I know where that 22 is going to go. So I think that has to go here. Does that feel okay? And then we don't know what this final speed is going to be. All right. I'm going to resolve all of these bearings into standard form angles now. Okay with that? So 51 degrees is 39 as an SP. Right? Everybody agree? I heard somebody go, what? It's in the first quadrant. They're both in the first quadrant. No? 281 is going to be over here, right? So that's 11 degrees. So what does this one got to be? 159? Right? No, that should be 79, right? Arithmetic is hard. And then 114 is over here. So that's got to be 336. Okay with that? And I'm going to make this guy, I'm just going to call this, I'm just going to call that theta. And I'm going to call this x or something. So far, so good? All right. So I know that 22 cosine theta plus 9 cosine 39 plus 13 cosine 169 plus x, equals x cosine 336. And I know that 22 sine theta plus 9 sine 39 plus 13 sine 169 equals x sine 336. And let's see here. This doesn't feel like what I would have wanted you to do. Did I misinterpret how I did this? Yeah, okay. Okay, that's fine. So this is a poorly worded question by Mr. Kulik. Let's see. So I guess my intention was for you guys to assume the 22 knots went here. Yeah, that sentence needs to be rephrased. That's probably the problem, right? It was just poorly worded. Because I made the same probably mistake you did, where it's like, okay, the 22 should go there. Now I have, like, that's a two variable system. We could solve that, but it's not going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that's apparently, I'll make a note to myself there to edit that for next year. It's probably the third year in a row I've said something like this and still haven't done it. So it's probably not looking good, but if that 22 is where that's supposed to be, how does this change? What should I write then? I'd want to say that this is a subtraction problem, right? The ship should equal the final minus the wind minus the current. Because we're basically saying those three things added together should equal the final. We're looking to solve for one of them. So that's basically the setup. Is that cool from there? Okay. I can finish her out if you really need me to, but it seems like the setup was the issue
Yeah, no,
because of my wording was garbled.
Yeah. Can you finish it? Sorry,
Yeah, sure. Oops. So this is going to equal 22 cosine 336 minus 9 cosine 39 minus 13 cosine 169. And then the y is going to be 22 sine 336 minus 9 sine 39 minus 13 sine 169. So that'll give me my x and y points. Before I punch this through, what should I make sure I check though? My mode needs to be in degree mode. Good thing I checked. So there's my x. And then I just need to swap all those cosines for sines. So there's my y. Oops. 2586 and negative 1709. And it only asked for the bearing. It didn't ask me for the speed. So like, never mind to that. So what quadrant should this be in? Should be in the fourth quadrant, right? Oops. But we wanted a bearing, didn't we? Not a standard position angle. So it's going to be 90 plus phi. And phi is tan inverse of the absolute value of y over x. And I am donezo's then. So 123.46. Which probably matches what's on there. Must be rounding. Oh, sure. Somehow this turned into 162. That's probably not supposed to be 162, is it? Sure, that's probably all it is. Sure. It's probably that hot chocolate. Goes right through you. Olivia?
On this question, can you explain like how you knew that it was like shift equals fragment minus one minus curve? Like what does it say?
Well, it's like this is the destination, right? So that's the final. So whatever else happens, that's where I need to end up going, right? So I know that whatever the boat is doing, plus whatever the wind does to that, plus whatever the current does to the boat, has to end up getting me to that final destination.
Okay, so why is it like subtraction, not addition?
Because I have ship plus wind plus current equals final. So I just wanted to solve for S. So I subtracted the wind over
Oh, okay.
and subtract the current over.
Okay,
Does that feel okay?
yes.
Does that like match reality in your mind?
Yeah. I was just,
Yeah, that's okay. I just want to make sure that like it's just one of those things when you think about it, it's like, oh, okay, of course that has to be how it works, right? That's the explanation I'm hoping we get to, is just like, oh, yeah, I just need to make sure I read this and understand like what stuff is interacting together to get to the final. And if you need one of the parts, then you have to take the other, you know. We're just adding and subtracting accordingly.
carry that.
Yeah, say hi to Tommy. If you pass him in the hallway, not that you'd be in the same bathroom, please don't do that. If you see him in your bathroom, tell him to get out. Yes.
If, like, I don't know how to like describe it, but if like the thing is in the third quadrant, where would phi go?
Okay. So the thing you're talking about is like the terminal side, right?
Yeah.
Sure. So this is just hypothetical, right? So we have some standard position angle.
Yeah.
So we've done this. So if we're talking about a standard position angle, where that's phi and that's theta,
What if it's going the other way? Like you start from the top and then you go this way?
so if it's a bearing,
Oh wait. Okay, yeah. Imagine it was a bear.
okay. So if you want to make it a bearing, that's fine. Let me just do that. So this is 90, and this is 90, and this one is going to be 90 minus phi, right?
Oh.
So theta should equal 90 plus 90 plus 90 minus phi.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Or you could figure out phi first and then figure out that other piece.
Got it.
Either is fine, but like, or you could think about this as just 270 as a bearing, and then just do 270 minus phi,
Oh, okay.
right? You think about it that way. They're all doing the same thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So again, just like drawing the picture, kind of like, okay, what are these things?
Right.
You know, it's not too much beyond like a basic geometry argument, right?
Right.
Just remembering that things are complements. Is that cool? You're happy, Giselle?
Yes.
Okay. No problem. And these are good questions, right? If you're just, oftentimes the explanation is simple if you think about it the right way, but if you're not thinking about it the right way, then, you know, helps to see it and go, oh, okay, sure, yeah, no problem then. But if you don't think about it, you know.
Okay.
Any other questions for me? Happy to do some more if you guys have more. Sophia?
Can we just like have a word different?
That's basically what I want you to do. No homework quiz. No, I don't know why you guys keep thinking this. Did I?
Yeah.
I must have had like a mini stroke. I have no intentions of getting a homework quiz today.
For each?
You see it, don't you?
I don't know. I have no excuse.
You see it.
It's gonna be on the test.
I have my thing on my helmet on. He kept stopping.
Uh,
Friday, right?